went from zero to hero.
I love it, man. It's a good story.
Redemption story. Should we tell the people?
It's a redemption arc.
Redemption arc.
Oh, we're all in. Oh yeah, we're all in. Just move the boxes though.
We live.
We live.
We're live in the flesh. Alright, lot to cover this episode. Let me just get the topics up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Made In Chafford Podcast, episode 51.
Yo,
Thank you to everybody who's listened to us so far, and old listeners, new listeners, everybody watching on YouTube as well. We appreciate you all.
Facts.
Love and guidance. Guys, introduce yourselves as per.
Eman G45.
That's the
G is always going to be solid.
For real.
In the name.
Yo,
45.
that's a fact.
For Michael.
Tucked.
No gun violence.
It's getting in the pocket, can't see the bulge.
No.
Can't you tell by the bulge?
Demi, another episode. Congratulations, massive clap, man. Big 5-0 was last week.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's a W.
Shouts out to Jay Gully.
Yeah, no, that's good people's, man. It's a good person right there. Wish him all the best in his career. Came on, sat down and chat with us. So nice, 2 episodes there. Obviously, go check out the Family Lamb episode as well. Lots to discuss, I guess. So
Let's get
into it. So basically, this is an interesting topic. Or I think it is anyway. So Draya Michelle said some, beautiful woman, but said some wild stuff about Megan after the whole her shot in the foot fiasco, and someone tweeted, because she had a video where she was dancing and twerking and it looked great, for those of us with eyes, and then someone said, can we forget about what she said about Megan? And then someone said, women shake their ass and man them just forget everything that's happened. Now, is that a fact? Do they?
Hey, listen, I think I saw the video. Again, it was an interesting video. I gotta be honest. In Jesus' name, no more cap. Because I think we gotta start letting women get away with these things. And I think we're in twerk culture, so everything is just, you'll see a girl making pancakes and then she'll just start twerking. Like
it's a weird culture.
It's not everyday twerking it.
Nah, there was a video with Megan earlier today, and do you know what? Megan's beautiful, but I was bored, and she was twerking. I was like, you know what? Give me something else, man. Like, I know you're into anime. Let me see you watch Naruto. Like, just chill. Are you into the manga? Like, let me see something else. Like, I know you can dance. I've been knowing you can dance.
Some cosplay.
You came into the game dancing. What are you saying?
I don't know, because like, it's a bit confusing. But so what exactly happened?
So Draya Michelle, I think she more or less just said.
Is that the woman that said your wholeness can be deleted?
Yeah.
Right.
Do you know what? The girl's so beautiful, people forgot that she left her child for 3 days. That's how bad she is.
How can you abandon your child for 3 days?
Do you know what? I think she came back and danced and then it always
and everyone forgot again.
Yeah.
See,
wow.
twerk culture has gone on for too long. It needs to end at some point. I know I sound like an old man saying this shit.
You guys have got to stop twerking.
Like, enough's enough. Like, we can't forgive your sins just because you're shaking a little bit of ass.
Just because you bust it open. Bust it open like a bottle of Henny.
It's not.
I think there's fans and then there's simps. So like, there's fans, innit? Like, we can consider ourselves fans. I'm not a fan necessarily, but I know who she is. Meg Thee Stallion. And then there's simps. There's those people who will just be like, oh, this is the best.
So you're not a fan of Savage?
Bro, I don't know the rest of the lyrics. So
to be honest, I don't really know anything past the TikTok.
Yeah, that's it. So pretty much all I can say is that there's fans and then there's simps, and those simps are the ones who are just...
What, they're giving it up?
They're the ones who are cult followers.
They're ruining the market for that, for everybody else. Yeah.
So basically, I mean, you can say, well, I mean, how's your foot? Then you'll have 50 different messages.
Your foot,
You have 50 different messages saying, yo, you can't say that. She's the queen. She's the goddess. She's the this shit. I'm like, okay, cool. I know she's a human being, but bro, I'm still considered like...
How's the foot's a crazy question, If someone's like, that's mad.
Because there's a lot to unpack. Like,
It's
like,
one of them.
mentally, like she's going through a madness right now, and then what she has to do is kind of twerk just to blow everything over. I mean, if you think about it from that perspective, it's like you now understand why she twerks.
Makes sense.
And really, it's just to create that noise to get rid of this noise. But internally, it's like, yo, how's the foot? How are you dealing with things? How are you coping with things?
Questions that need to be answered, man. I do hope. I'm not thought about it like that, you know. I do hope Meg gets the help that she needs, because I guess to be with someone and then around someone, and then for whatever reason, my guy just lets the ting off, you know, at your feet. So he's different. It ain't even about it being a woman, or, you know, it's just mad that that's the way Tory felt to deal with the situation. Like, how logically do you even get there that, yo, we're in a disagreement, I'm gonna let the thing go?
He needs to just come out and speak.
Yeah, at this point, he has to.
But I do think, to what you were saying originally about Draya, I think her situation is just a classic example of, I don't think every celebrity needs to have a voice. So you see people like her, she's obviously like visually appealing. So she would do like, I guess, pictures on Instagram, stuff like that. So obviously now these apps allow people to talk, put out videos, go into podcasts, do whatever they want to do. When these girls, I'm not saying obviously girls in general, but certain people who don't necessarily have the personality to back it up, when they start talking or get asked an opinion on something like this, they're going to give such a limited reply, because that's not really their bag. Her bag is a visual bag. And I'm sorry, Bunda's killing our people, man. Like, man, we're too weak, bro.
Yeah,
Bunda's killing our people, bro.
How are people giving it up for? Nah, it's mad. But yeah, that's even an interesting point as well, in the fact that women like her, or not even women, just people like her, there's certain people who have been given a voice now that just don't need to speak.
It's not even just a
topics,
girlfriend, man them as well. Like, or you see them online all the time. They talk like they're like, you know, analysts and certain things, but they don't know anything. To actually say, you know what I'm saying?
When they just don't. There's nothing. There's certain people I just don't need to hear from, if that makes sense.
And as long as she keeps twerking, I don't know if people will ever.
She's gonna keep. I mean, do you know what?
But then that's what she's known for. So like what happened with something like when Michael Jordan, his father, you know, died. You know, then he went to baseball and was like, yeah, but when you're coming back to basketball, do you get what I'm saying? Even though that's his craft and whatever, like, people are trying to push him towards that. So I think with Meg Thee Stallion, she's trying her best to like get away from all this noise, but the only best way, or the advice she's probably given, I would say,
is just keep doing the videos.
Yeah, keep twerking. So yeah, but then to get to the point of like, is twerking getting boring?
Are we
now?
telling her shut up and twerk?
Pretty much. That's what's going on, isn't it?
Shut up and twerk.
Yo, the label's going crazy. If that's the instruction, that's the email. How the email found me.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Big man thing. So it's crazy times that we live in, but
for real,
it's a fact.
You know, yeah.
But nah, all the best to Meg, and again, hope she gets the help she deserves.
100%.
And I guess it's just interesting that certain things happen and we're able to turn a blind eye to things after that. People have done mad things even. I guess it's not even just necessarily twerking, but a lot of celebrities have done mad things, and they might go on to do something nice and we just forget about it.
Justin Bieber harmonized the N-word.
Yo.
And we out here doing pop star, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's awkward, man. I was thinking about that though. How do you feel on that situation? Do you think people can change? I don't think he's a racist, you know what I mean?
I mean, when they took him to the hood, that was the.
Hey,
was that the end of the redemption?
He needed that G-check. I'm not gonna lie, man. He needed that.
Justin Bieber in the hood.
Do push-ups. Start dancing.
Do push-ups.
I can't believe that.
You could see in his face. He just wanted to. He needed to leave because he didn't know what was gonna happen.
It was one of them ones that it could have gone left. Yeah. No security.
No.
Yo, I'm sick.
He's calling up Death Jam like, hey, get me out of here ASAP.
For real.
That's
when you start calling him favors.
That's so funny.
100%. That's when you need favors. Like, why are you here?
Yo,
100%.
That's terrifying. Car stop, nothing you can do. You just have to hope you're nice with the handles, because that's it.
Bieber Valley, man.
Bieber Valley, but he's back. The Popstar video wasn't that bad either. I thought he gave a good performance. You could tell he was back in his light skin bag, coming like Jack Harlow.
Is he light skinned?
No, Jack Harlow is white from the mountain of
Caucasus. The mountains of Caucasus.
The man of the caucus.
Alright, so I guess onto a bit more of a sombering topic. Just got to start off RIP to Chadwick, man. Massive fan. Everyone in this room, I think, is a massive fan and appreciates massively what he did for the culture and how far he pushed it forward. Crazy. I still remember finding out and just seeing the tweet from his representative saying, he's passed. It's still crazy. And that one, I think that one hit more than Kobe. Not to compare, but I just wow. Because he was really just here as well, if that makes sense. He just did the 5 Bloods, and then to say it's the whole story that he's been ill for like the last 4 years.
That's the crazy bit. The fact that nobody knew, and what's also really good is nobody leaked it. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays it's always this source is saying that he's doing this and that, and also the way the death was handled, like it wasn't through like TMZ report.
It was on his own terms.
It was on his own terms, which is like what's the word that they usually say when it's like it's bittersweet, because we obviously didn't expect this to happen, but the fact that it went the way it went is just something to smile about, I guess. But like you said, I haven't accepted it personally.
I can't even.
Like I haven't processed it. I can't believe it's actually happened. Like,
I even thought, I might even be able to watch Black Panther and or like to pay respects and that, and just be able to do something to celebrate his life. But I can't even
Yeah, me neither.
That's T'Challa. That's the hope and everything he managed to do in that year when Black Panther came out. Was special. I ain't seen nothing like that. I don't think we'll ever see anything like that again.
No, I don't think so.
It was the strength maybe not the strength, but the confidence he gave black people. It was at a time when we felt like, wow, we're actually being heard and we're being represented. And it's that thing we've been saying for ages. We don't want to see ourselves as slaves anymore. Like, we can be kings and come from a beautiful city. Even though it's a fictional city, it feels real. Like, it's a place we'd want to go to. It's the mountain on the hill for black people. It's Wakanda's become like what we could achieve sort of thing. And he represented every ounce of that, So it's like what they say in the film. It's hard for a good man to be a king, and he was a good man. He embodied it. Like, when there's that person, the same thing Robert Downey Jr. has been able to do, and be Tony Stark. Chadwick Boseman was T'Challa, one in the same.
Yeah.
So what they managed to accomplish with that, and how people were getting dressed up to go to the cinema for it.
It was a cultural phenomenon.
For real.
It's nothing. You can't capture lightning in a bottle twice. And
No.
I think it's just a shame, man.
That's
there's so much even outside of Black Panther. There's just so much he felt like he was on quite a good trajectory the past few years. Obviously the Marvel stuff is like that takes you worldwide, but he was also doing, like you said, the 5 Bloods, 21 Bridges, I think.
Yeah, he's been busy.
He's been busy, and it's just like it's also a deeper conversation about like just black people and health and like being able to not be proud when it comes to having health issues. You've got to go to a doctor if you find out you have these type of problems, and get them seen.
Yeah, 100%.
In our culture, we always just gloss over it.
Yeah,
and I think it's just an onus, and it's an eye-opening situation where we gotta look at ourselves and be like, we gotta take accountability for our health. Do you know what I mean?
Facts. It was sad, man, honestly, and that's so true. But it's also the good he was doing. Like he had cancer and was going to see cancer patients, and he lived and breathed it, man. There's a really touching video that's circulating online of how there was a kid that was emailing him profusely who had cancer, terminal, and he was like, bro, all I'm doing is fighting to stay alive to see this film. And unfortunately the young person passed away before Black Panther came out, and Chadwick was discussing it and he couldn't get through the conversation. I haven't seen that. Like that's the sort of person he was. Definitely put everyone before himself and tried to showcase that. And again, it goes back to how much of a cultural phenomenon Black Panther was. You know, we haven't had the chance ever really to dress up and be ourselves, because you see people dress up to be like Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings and that.
Star Wars, all them.
Yeah. But then,
Star Wars is a religion right now. Like people are really doing that.
They're
like
like Jedi,
yeah, for real.
Real life Jedi. Bro.
Real life Jedis, and then all of a sudden, you know, we see a Black Panther. We like, okay, this is something that we do need to go and support. We do need to go and see. Firstly, because I mean, there is something about imagery, especially when you look at somebody and you think, oh, that could be me. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in the culture that we live in today, I mean, we see hip hop, we see films. Most of the time we're portrayed in a badly way. Of course, hip hop talks about very much entrepreneurship in a negative tone, but I mean, some of the things you can take out and implement them in your life. But whereas you see Black Panther,
it was just all positive.
It was all positive. You see people standing up tall. Do you know what I'm saying?
And it really discussed
walking with pride.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think every inch of Black culture was discussed in Black Panther, which is a hard thing to do. You know, the more inner city kid that's struggling in T'Chaka, you know, the beauty of Africa and how it is the motherland. Black people of all different shades, hair colours, textures, every single entity of blackness was discussed in that film. So I think even, you know, you even kind of feel, I think why it's so painful is because Chadwick Boseman is great an actor and everything person he was, you also kind of feel like the character of Black Panther has died as well and it's gone with him. Because no one else can play that now. Like it's
an uncomfortable conversation, but
well,
I don't know what they can do. To be honest,
there's not. In my opinion, there's nothing. I think you retire the character.
Do you think so?
Yeah, because I just don't feel. I think there's ideas that Shuri could take over, and I don't really want to discuss anything about recasting or Black Panther 2. I think
they probably will recast. They probably. I mean,
there's no way they're recasting.
They probably will.
Nah, that's disrespectful.
It's disrespectful, but.
I'm telling Marvel now. I'm looking in the camera. Kevin Feige, don't think about it.
I guess it always just depends how it's done. I think they'll never. They're too smart to not do it tastefully. I'll say that much. And I do think there's a likelihood again about Shuri taking over. I think that probably makes a bit more sense because apparently she does in the comics.
Yeah, but even then, I don't really want that because
it's too early in this timeline.
That, and I just feel like it's so much pressure to. Bless her soul, but to put on Letitia Wright, because then your whole performance is just going to be compared
people
to,
are
and people are going to, no matter what happens, people are going to say, well, weren't as good as, you know.
But that happens though. Like that's just life. You look at the Joker as Heath Ledger. People say, no one will ever top that. But you know, there's always we watched Joker.
Phoenix
and he did all right. So
then you could be the Jared Leto.
You don't want to be the judge.
Nah.
You don't want to be the
he
judge.
went outside.
I think it's a time thing. I think they will just push it back. I think because it was literally. I think he was still writing it.
So it's.
I think.
I think the best case of this ever being done tastefully for me was Fast 7, and in the way they were able to give Paul Walker the send off he deserved.
I have.
But the film's bad, but the send off is good.
Yeah, everyone likes that scene. And the song is obviously very fitting. Of course, it's phenomenal. But I don't know. But I see your point. How they could. It's an idea.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're gonna shoot it. I think they're literally just gonna push it back in the slate because it's just too, and people, it's just too raw. You know what I mean? It's too much to deal with. In my opinion.
Yeah, Marvel's going through it at the moment, man. DC tried to put him in a spliff a few weeks ago, and then to lose a massive character like this, it's tough.
Honestly, like, rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman.
That's for real. That's on everything.
Love and praise.
That's
family.
First. Yeah.
And people in general, black people especially, just check up on your health, man. Even myself, I need to do it as well, bro. Like, it's one of those things you just gotta do.
Yeah. It's just because yeah, man, you never know, man. Because you know, it's just it's quick. It just comes quick. For some people, they don't even know. Like
4 years, you know.
Yeah, 4 years.
And the strength to shoot through all the.
But some people, it's not even 4 years. Some people, it's 2 weeks. And
because Infinity, Black Panther looks demanding. The film itself, Infinity War, looks crazy demanding. Everything that happens in Wakanda, you know, Steve, you couldn't take this to Brooklyn attitude. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this in my hands.
Yeah.
Even did Endgame, which, you know, he did a lot in there in that final battle, which is half an hour of the film. So it's insane what he's managed to achieve. And I think that's the best thing. You know, it's a shame because he was on a trajectory. He was on his way to probably being one of the biggest stars in Hollywood, but you know, he'd managed to achieve a lot, and
legacy.
Yeah, that's
the legacy still lives on.
So I guess
that's what you can hope for in life, truthfully, man.
That
some kind of legacy
that you're remembered, gone but never forgotten.
That's a
the
fact.
moment you die is when no one remembers who you are, and that's when you're truly gone. And that's not going to be the case for him because
he cemented himself in history.
In history, that's a fact. I guess on a similar topic or similar note, Batterson caught the Rona.
Let's pause this for a second. I'm here to drag my colleagues here. If we rewind to one of our old episodes, these two individuals sat here and told me that this guy was not bulking up and he's not taking his role seriously. Would you like to recount your statements?
No, do you know what?
Because Batterson's batting, fam.
Yeah, he is. I guess
he's batting, fam.
But you know what? The kid seems like a troll anyway.
He's on smoke. He's on smoke. I'm sorry, he's on smoke.
Nah, he did what he had to do.
What do you want to say, man? I feel like you've got something to
VVS
to
isn't it?
VVS kid.
Nah, leave my bro alone. I'll fight for Robert. You know, I'm not gonna hold you.
So pretty much, I saw my man in Tenet.
You watched Tenet?
I watched Tenet, and his character, he was a smooth guy. Like he was a really smooth guy. Like, to be honest, I'm always thinking of Twilight. I've never really seen him other than that. I've always just seen Twilight, and the first film I watched, it was trash to me. Yeah, if you're a Twilight fan, it's trash. It's all rubbish. All it is just.
Yeah, man, we're playing baseball as vampires.
The whole film's gross, you know.
Yeah,
I just it makes my skin cool. And that man saying, we're playing baseball in the rain so that we can't.
Oy.
But no, as you were saying, man, sorry.
Yeah, so basically, like, so when I saw him in Tenet, it was like, okay,
Like you can
Christopher Nolan film. It was a good film. It was a good product. Huh?
Would you say it was good?
What, him as a character?
Would you say the film was good?
No spoilers, please, because obviously I've not seen it.
I think we can do this without spoilers.
The film is the film, but all I can say, it means what it means.
Everyone
bro.
keeps saying this. The film is a film. I need to watch this film. Man.
I went crazy about it personally. I need to see it again. But
just the film is the film. Yeah, basically, Robert Pattinson in that film.
He gives a good performance.
He gives a good performance.
Yeah.
So then when I'd seen him, it was like, okay. And then I saw the trailer for Batman. And I was like, okay.
On smoke.
Yeah, he was on smoke. It's just the way he's been portrayed, the way he was discussing about a few things, trolling maybe.
I think he was trolling looking back.
Yeah, I think he was trolling. But it's just...
But...
No, it's the character of Batman and how you go into the history of Batman and you find out who Batman is as an individual. He is a detective. He is a hench one. He is one who does the splits in the air if he needs to do the splits in the air. He will go in. The character
splits in the air
if he needs to.
Pause.
Yeah. Can he do a split on the...
Splits in the air is sick.
Hey, he would do splits.
Gross.
That's some mad
visuals,
boy.
No, you know what it is? I was watching Eman 4, innit? And what's his name? Scott Adkins, yeah. My man does some movements that are just illegal and he does it so perfectly.
Yeah.
Scott Adkins, shout out to him. But basically,
I don't even know how
he is that guy. Batman is that guy. He will do the splits in the air. He will go in the hallway. Bruv, he'll go in the alleyway, disappear, come out, and then boom, take you alive, and then that's it. You're hanging from a tree.
Sorry, me.
Yeah,
hanging from a tree.
Yeah, bro, that's Batman. Batman is that guy.
Batman, yo, that's wild.
He'll paralyze you and say, "Now talk."
Yo, I can't feel my legs.
Hey, so let's discuss the trailer because there's quite a few things to get into. Obviously, we love the ending scene where he's fisting man up And
It's the best trailer I've ever seen in my life. I say that. Like,
swear, wholeheartedly.
Wear it down.
What do you? Because I was thinking about this. What's the best trailer you've ever seen that's really got you hyped for a film? That's done its job.
Probably Infinity War for me.
Yeah, the Infinity War trailer is good. I think that's the close second.
I love that trailer, man.
I don't know. I can't
Yeah,
think of it at
see?
the top of my head, but it's definitely
I'm
not that
not
one.
gonna say yeah, see, but I rated the trailer highly. It did what it was supposed to do, and it's fantastic. And it has those moments that I can't tell you how many times I've watched that scene with him and busting man up, like
Wait.
put him in a spliff.
He's already dead. Man's still punching, man.
Yeah, no, he
Give
abused
him a
him.
break.
Ruthless.
He really abused him.
I'm excited for it,
Man
man.
said abused him.
The tone of it, the suit, the way they've incorporated the Riddler. You know he's going to put him on a wild goose chase. It all just looks good. I'm very excited. I had full faith in Matt Reeves, and I think it looks the part. Let's just hope they finish shooting it. Man has COVID, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what they're saying they're gonna do is I guess they've tested the rest of the what's it called? The rest
crew?
of the
Yeah.
cast and crew, and they've come to the conclusion that it's still safe to continue filming.
Yeah.
They'll just do their scenes without him.
Fair enough.
So we'll see. I think he's asymptomatic. It seems that way anyway.
Okay.
So
Wait, Robert has
he tested positive for it, but it seems like he's asymptomatic. So he'll probably just have to be off for about 2 weeks to a month.
Then it can just hop
and
back.
then he'll just hop back in.
Yeah, that's still. Yeah,
So-
I'm excited, man.
Yeah.
Literally watching that trailer, like, almost gave me goosebumps. I'm like, yeah, this looks like it's gonna be sick. I'm
And
really excited.
I just want to make it perfectly clear, just because I think it's the best trailer I've seen. I still think it's a trailer at the end of the day. The film could still be bad.
Fam, Transformers 2 has one of the best trailers I've ever seen, and the movie was not
but
good.
borderline unwatchable. That was the first film I gave money to, and I thought this is bad.
It was a trailer fish, bro.
the best teaser I've seen is Creed 2.
Yeah, it's up there.
Because of
Man,
the whole
that's a good trailer actually as well.
because
That
the
got me
whole
pumped.
the whole storyline of just Ivan Drago and Apollo Creed, now it's Adonis Creed
Yeah, that
and Victor Drago.
Those are two very good films which I'd like to see a third for actually.
Yeah, Creed 2 was good.
Yeah, Creed 1 and 2.
Yeah, I liked one more, but two was
Two
not
was
as bad
good.
as I thought.
Yeah,
it would
listen,
be.
any excuse to see Tessa Thompson, man.
Babes.
Valkyrie in the flesh. She's looking good. What else? Yeah, so this is a topic that I'm gonna hand over to Collins. So Joe and the gang are leaving Spotify.
Yes.
Oh,
What are we
Spicy.
saying?
wait, are you for or against them leaving Spotify?
Do you know what? They're all very intelligent people, so I'm for it. If they don't feel it was the right decision to,
No, just say for or against and then close and
okay.
just explain it.
I'm for it.
It's a multi-layered one. This one for me.
Yeah.
But I'll sum up my thoughts as quickly as I can. But all I'm gonna say is this: yeah.
Let's just surmise it real quick. Let's just surmise it.
You got notes on this?
No, I'm trying to reply to my brother.
I do.
What I'll say
what?
is this: it's a few things.
Yeah.
It's a few things still, because Joe is such a complex character, isn't he?
Mm.
I think ultimately they're doing the right thing, but they're just
Yeah.
doing it in the wrong way. That's how I think. That's just how I feel about it. Period.
So do you think they should have just gone in silence? All these.
I think they should have done this after. Because at the end of the day, if you look from a strictly business perspective, you making all this noise about your employer while being employed with them doesn't look good.
No, it
doesn't matter who you're with. If you have another company who are interested in you and they've seen the way you behave,
But I think I guess yes. But my rebuttal to that would be people know Joe at this point. Like this sort of behavior isn't.
Let's give it some context. Yeah. So for the people who don't know, Joe Budden Podcast, we're a fan of his, of course, and he recently took his podcast into Spotify's hands, Spotify's platform, and gave them exclusivity for 2 years.
Yeah.
And that was part of the deal. So pretty much.
Just not to cut you off, sorry, but do we know how much you got for that deal by any chance?
No, I don't know anything about that deal.
I'm gonna guess and say roughly around a couple mil, maybe like 3 or 5 mil.
Okay.
That's the bag I imagine in my head. It could easily be more or less.
Alright.
Yeah. So basically, Joe Budden had signed an exclusive deal to put all of his content onto Spotify only, to of course get Spotify from wherever position they were in the market of the podcast to just 3%. So what's happened thus far is that Joe Budden has been number one since the day they started the Spotify deal up until now. They've been number one ever since. Spotify had used the Joe Budden podcast as a guinea pig to write up contracts for other podcasts who want to come on Spotify and do their thing, of course. Now, what's actually happened is that Spotify has not just acquired 3%, they've acquired 10% of the market share for podcasts. Right now, what we're seeing is that podcasts actually
having a boom.
It's not just having a boom, but it's one of the money makers for these streaming platforms due to the fact that, for example, us, if we set up a company, we are the ones who deal with Spotify. We're not dealing with Sony, Universal, Warner Brothers. We're just dealing with just us two. There's only two parties involved, right? So constantly Joe Budden has been asking how much is a stream, how much is worth one stream, how much is a stream worth, right? And that's why he's been questioning that for the longest time. But anyway, that's for another topic. I mean, it's a subtopic in this topic, but I'm digressing. But anyways, Joe Budden has pretty much come to the terms of the end of his contract, of his 2-year contract with Spotify. And now what he's doing is they're trying to have renegotiations. But as you are the number one podcast since the beginning, you feel like you're not really getting the worth that they're negotiating.
Which I think it all is. It's just, it's he knows his worth and he's not willing to bend on that, which is commendable, and which is the reason I'm for it. I don't think I think he said it's not because of Joe Rogan, but I think partly it is.
100% is,
because he's seen what they've given him.
100%.
So what's he, and if he is their number one podcast and you've just given him 100 million, bro, what are you gonna give me?
100%. I think, I agree. I think ultimately it's the right decision, and also the way Spotify have conducted themselves is quite
poor.
Like offering them rollies.
That was dumb.
That's crazy.
No, wait.
That's
it
crazy.
was rollies.
Yeah.
Then it was second-hand rollies.
Yeah, that's
I'm
crazy.
sick.
A multi-billion-dollar organization is offering its employees, black employees, rollies.
Yeah.
Think about that.
And then
that was the most eye-raising thing for me.
And it's just odd.
And then they said they couldn't do that, so they'll just give you holidays.
Which they didn't even give them.
And they didn't even give them in the end.
Which is very poor from...
that was part of the bonus package that they included in the contract. So thus, therefore...
Them man are working, because I couldn't imagine
Two
you'd have to pay me. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
It's a lot of
like, I
content.
love hanging out with you and I love doing the pod, but you have to give me a bag to come twice.
I hear that still. I think you got to even look at it in a way where it's like...
anytime
like
you got to come
working for
twice, it's
someone.
hard.
Excuse me?
Would you like to repeat that to the mic?
Nah, they heard it the first time.
Oh, come on.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, if you look at it from just even holistically, like let's just say you're working for a company. If the company treats you poorly, you're not going to want to stay.
No,
If they give you-
100%.
if you've signed a bad, but then if you sign a bad contract, whose fault is it?
Yeah,
I don't
but
think
my
it's
thing
a bad
is...
contract. I just think it's the renegotiation. It's time to re-up. Like, give me what.
But Joe has inconsistencies in the way he says. He sounds very convincing, but I see holes in his arguments a lot of the time. I think
Yes.
he will look at a situation and be like, "Yep, your contract is terrible." Look, hence what he said to Lil Yachty. Now he's going through the exact same thing. So essentially, I don't know how his team works or if it's just him and Ian.
Yeah.
But one of my biggest gripes is the fact that it's not just him that is battling with this. It's not just his mouth that's being fed here.
No.
Now you're here with your boys, and if you're getting offered tens of millions of dollars, which he might have, but Moore and Rory do not have.
Yeah.
How do they actually feel about not actually being able to taste that piece? Because obviously it looks on the outside that they're rolling with him, and they probably are. You know what I mean? They also men with pride and ego as well, so they're gonna go where Joe goes. But at the end of the day, if my boy if I'm eating and I have 100 million already in the bank, and I know you might not even touching a mil, and there's a deal on the table that had like 50 mil, can I sleep at night knowing that I'm gonna stop you man from getting that bag?
But the
I don't
thing
think I
is,
can,
but the
I'll
thing
be
is
honest.
that was a 360 deal. Because basically,
The
the new
you gotta
deal,
sell everything.
yeah. So the new deal they're offering him is pretty much to say that okay, we're gonna give you a deal, but we want exclusivity and rights to the content that you produce on our platform. So videos, audio, and then also we want some of the rights for pull up. We want some of the rights for the for the thing. So it's like hold on. So it's like hold on. I've been number one, right? I've not given you anything else but just this, right? But now you want everything, and then you're gonna give me less than that guy who's not even performed yet.
And he's not even giving you everything.
Nah.
The Rogan deal is not even that. So how can you offer a man a licensing deal for more money and give me a less deal for a 360?
That's sick.
Yeah.
Even mad.
Nah, that's not on.
But you know what's mad? I did the calculations, yeah. Wait, hold on. I think I still got it.
What do you think? What's a number that Joe has to accept?
I think anything above 50 mil to me.
Nah.
I think 50 mil in my mind.
I did the calculation, right? So basically, this was just off of Google, yeah. And we just, we had a conversation yesterday with me and a couple guys. Shout outs to all of you guys. And pretty much, we did a calculation based on one stream, right? This is a musical stream.
Yeah.
So musical stream is worth 0.0084 cents, right?
That's why these men live touring.
And that's basically just 3 minutes, right? So then I said, okay, if that's 3 minutes, times that by 150, right? That would mean that's almost 2 hours and 30 minutes, right? So then that would be $1.26, right? That's just one stream for, let's just say, a podcast, right? Let's just say on average, as they said before in one of their episodes, they do 1.5 million streams per week. But for mathematics' sake, right? Let's just say they do 1 million. So in that one episode, they should have got 1.26 mil.
What, dollars?
Dollars. Just for that one episode that they streamed 1 million times. And then if you times that by 52, so 2 episodes by 52, of course, that'll be 131 mil.
Yeah, I'm pissed.
And that's just based off of one stream. And the thing is, of course, you have to cut up that money between companies and whatever. But now I'm dealing with you, Spotify, and me, and that's it. So it's 130 mil per annum that I'm possibly making you, and then you're giving me pence. Then you're going to turn around and then give me a crappy deal, a 360 deal, and then give Joe Rogan a licensing deal, which means you're going to pay him just for the content, but he still owns the content. When you are going to take my content, then you're going to put ads to disrupt the whole entire podcast and the whole entire flow. Because sometimes it might be banging a joke, and then halfway through the joke,
oh, that's sickening.
You're going to have Corona beers. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, so it's just going to be bang in the middle. So these are the sort of things that he's battling himself. Is like, you're taking me for a joke. And the thing is, if people are paying for the service, then why are you now going to put ads on top? Because that's going to make more revenue for you, of course.
Yeah.
But what about us? And if I don't like the advertisement you're posting, then take it off so that it's just one complete full stream.
I'm not comfortable with that, actually, to be fair. I get that. That makes sense.
I think they need to move on, but again,
I don't know where they go there. That's my.
They mentioned it. They said there's Alexa, there's Siri, and basically,
but you can't.
Like there's these other companies. There's Amazon, there's Apple, there's Google. If they have to go there, because if they're gonna bring all this money here, and all these brothers, or like for example, I'm not gonna mention any other podcast, but you know already who they are. They're bringing money towards the company. They're bringing other people towards Spotify.
Yeah.
If I now take this influence that I have into another company, and they're going to give me the bag, they're going to give them the bag.
Yeah.
Then goodbye.
That makes sense.
And then now you're no longer going to have 10% market share. You're going to go back to 3%, which you really wanted and you really aimed for.
I think Spotify got.
And then I'm going to get a rollie, a brand new one.
That day that's going to.
But then again,
nice.
Like, if it's a used rollie, there's value in it though.
Yeah, because they usually go up in value.
They usually
Don't give it to me, man. That's ridiculous.
Nah, it's still mad.
yeah, man. It's been on someone else's wrist.
I just think
That's
Joe.
gross.
I just think Joe. I just think Joe has like a history of just not handling business well in my eyes. I see through it a little bit because it's not
black and white.
it's not black and white, and it's not by coincidence that this seems to just happen over and over again with Joe. Do you know what I mean? So I listen to what he says a lot of time with a hint of skepticism.
I think he doesn't want a boss, as Dame Dash said.
Yeah, I don't think so either. They're gonna get the bag. I know they will. I just kind of wish they just handled it with a bit more decorum.
Yeah, agreed.
That's all. But again, I don't know what it's like.
It's Joe. So
But then again, I do feel that he is kind of right though.
He is right. I think
he wanted analytics because when he has facts, you can go anywhere with facts. If you don't know what you're worth based on the facts that you have, then where are you gonna go?
It's tricky.
So it's mad.
We'll see. All right. So final topic. I want to discuss this. So we've all been friends for nearly 10 plus years now. So it was just this one just intrigued me. We've been out with each other. We've hung out on multiple occasions in situations where there's been people of the opposite sex. How can you tell when one of us is eyeing up someone?
You just know, bro. It's intuition.
Nah, but
it's just built in.
It's an intuition. I hear that.
It's just man them behavior. You just know straight away. It's like we just know. We just know. If you're curious, you're curious. But if you're on it, then you're on it. Like we just know. Like when you know behavior, and then you just start acting.
Definitely.
Like you just see it. Like what is he doing?
Them man that act different. Oh, can someone give me change for 100?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Man's got a whole cashier in his wallet now. That's funny.
What do you think?
Yeah, you could just tell that your behavior shifts when you're around someone that you're attracted to. It just naturally happens.
Facts.
Some people show it in different ways. Some man them want to start busting jokes to make the other man them look stupid. Some man them will over dedicate their time or needs towards whatever the girl wants. Like, do you want this? Do you want that? Whatever. Some man just do intense eye contact where they're just watching for time and wait for
hoping.
And shooting and hoping. Some man don't even let the situation simmer. Some man them just go over there, state their intentions, and say, "Yo, what's good?" So
Yo.
No, you just know, man. You just know. But like, what? Just watching, just looking at a person, but you just mentioned everything.
But you know what? The reason it was more because of you. Like, not you done
Wait, what have I done?
Nah, you've not done anything wrong. But it was a few weeks ago. Obviously, there was a lovely young lady. I don't want to make it too bait, but you saw her and you was immediately like, "Yo, she's nice."
All right.
Yeah. That's the thing. And with you, I know you. If you're thinking something, you're gonna say it. So that's why I had to bring it up because it was hilarious to watch, man. My man's whole attitude changed.
Yeah, but listen, but the thing is, listen, if that's someone's girl, like straight away, if you mention to me that you have someone in your life, I immediately turn off.
Yeah.
Not as in like, waste man out my face. No, it's just immediately turn off. I really have to respect your space and whatever. So to me, it was just like I didn't.
It more like, congratulations. You
No, it wasn't even that. It was just like we're waiting for somebody to come because I knew it was that was someone's thing, innit? But it was just like,
was you not expecting said person to be that nice?
No, it wasn't even that. It was just like
you sound taken aback.
No, listen. All right, so
pressure.
you know when your guy's got a nice thing, and it's like, yo, that's nice. Like, you're happy, innit?
Yeah.
But this one was just a bit different because it was just like we were just in a different situation. Which is like we're waiting for somebody. I was like, okay, cool. We're waiting for someone. I know that she said that was her thing, right? Shout outs to you, innit? But she said that was her thing, and basically,
Eman's doing with the food and the lavis.
Yo, the backflips.
Splits in the air.
you see, what happened was is that like I saw her, but it didn't register like that's her thing straight away, and then I was like, oh, she's kind of nice. Then I realized no, that's someone's girl. I was like, cool.
Say nothing.
Let me just stop right there. But you have to acknowledge when someone is. You have to acknowledge when someone's nice.
Yeah,
and I was like,
that's
oh
just
yeah,
not
sorry, no, my bad, nah. Like, let me behave.
And then some, innit? Nah, I hear that.
Know what I mean,
You just have to pattern up, innit?
know what I mean.
Nah, I mean, yo, that interaction was funny though. It was
100%.
definitely the highlight of
A long day of recording.
Oh yeah,
we was
yeah.
podding that day.
Of course,
Yeah, 100%. Before we go, I just want to say shout outs to Nines. Dropping a number one album.
For number one.
If he's lying, he's dying. What a guy. I love it, man. Flipping Niggas in Charge, man. I can't stop playing it, bro. I love that song, man. It's so cold. That Rick Ross type production in the background
100%.
as well. So cold. So cold. He thoroughly deserves it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Is that us?
That is. Alright, so on that note, people,
5-1.
Splits, man.
Peace.
That's the name of the episode.
5-1.
Splits in the air. Like
5-1.
Okay.
Yeah, it's episode 5-1.
51.
Yeah.
Until next time, lads.
Alright,
Of course.
take it easy.
Bye.